Your cat bit you today, not hard, not breaking the skin. Just a sudden, deliberate pressure of teeth on your hand or your arm, and then immediately released. And you probably froze, or pulled back, or said their name. In that confused, slightly hurt tone people use when their cat does something they can't explain. What if I told you that bite was not aggression? It was not a mistake. It was not your cat being moody. It was one of the most precisely calibrated communication tools in the entire feline behavioral repertoire. And they were using it on you for a very specific reason. Welcome to Cute Pet Family. Subscribe right now, because what you're about to learn will completely rewrite the way you understand one of the most misunderstood things your cat does. And once you see it for what it is, you will respond to it differently for the rest of your life. Let's start with what everyone assumes. A cat bites a human. The human, with no other reference point, reaches for the most familiar interpretation. The cat is upset, the cat is unpredictable, the cat turned on me. We frame the bite as a small betrayal, a relationship that was working until it suddenly wasn't. This interpretation is, in nearly every case, completely wrong. Because the kind of bite I'm talking about, the soft bite, the one that doesn't break skin, the one that comes during petting or play or cuddling, is not aggression. It is not even close to aggression. A cat that wanted to hurt you would not leave that mark. A cat's bite force is significantly more than enough to puncture human skin, and a cat's reaction time is faster than yours. If your cat had been trying to injure you, you would know. What that bite was, instead, is something far more interesting. It is a measurement, a calibration, a piece of social data your cat is gathering about you in real time. To understand what is happening, you have to understand a concept feline behaviorists call bite inhibition. Cats learn bite inhibition as kittens, primarily from their mother and their littermates. When kittens play fight with each other, they bite. The bites are real, the teeth are sharp, but the moment one kitten bites too hard, the other kitten yelps and disengages. The play stops. The biter has just received critical social information. That level of force ended the interaction. Over hundreds of these micro-exchanges in the first 3 months of life, kittens develop an extraordinary ability to control the precise pressure of their bite. They learn that bite force is a dial, not a switch. They learn that different levels of force produce different social outcomes. They learn that biting carefully maintains the relationship while biting hard breaks it. By the time a kitten is fully developed, they have access to one of the most refined bite pressure control systems in the animal kingdom. They can apply force ranging from a barely perceptible tooth touch all the way to a full puncture, with conscious control at every level in between. When your cat puts their teeth on your skin and stops, they are using that system, deliberately, consciously, with purpose. So what is the purpose? This is where it gets interesting. Soft biting in cats has multiple documented functions in feline behavioral science. And the function depends on context. The first context is grooming. When two bonded cats groom each other, they will often punctuate the grooming with what behaviorists call love bites, small, deliberate tooth applications that are part of the normal social grooming sequence. The bites are not corrective, they are conversational. They are the cat equivalent of a verbal interjection during a longer exchange. The second context is play, and this is where most owner injuries actually happen. During play, cats use their teeth as part of their full predatory toolkit. They bite, they release, they bite again. The bites are not meant to harm. They are part of how cats engage with prey-like stimuli. And your hand, when it is wiggling near them, qualifies. The cat is not confused about whether you are prey. They know you are not. They are using prey behavior as a play structure, and the bite is a feature, not a bug. The third context is the one most owners completely miss, and it is the one that changes how you understand your relationship with your cat. When a cat bites you softly, during a calm interaction. When you are petting them, when they are sitting on your lap, when nothing playful or confrontational is happening. That bite is almost always a boundary signal, specifically a calibrated boundary signal. The cat is communicating one of two things. The first is, "This petting has gone on long enough, and I'd like you to stop now." The second is, "You are touching an area I'm not comfortable with, and I'd like you to redirect." In both cases, the bite is the cat's most polite available method of communication. It is the cat using the smallest possible amount of pressure required to convey the message. It is, in feline social terms, equivalent to a hand on your arm and a soft, "This is enough." What makes this fascinating is that the precise pressure of the bite tells you exactly how much your cat trusts you. A cat that does not trust you would not bite softly. They would either bite hard or not bite at all and instead leave. The soft, controlled, calibrated bite is reserved for individuals. The cat believes can receive a message at low volume. It is, paradoxically, a sign of intimacy. Your cat is using their teeth on you the way a close friend might tap your shoulder mid-conversation to say something. The gesture only works because the relationship is solid enough to support it. Here is the science that confirms this is not interpretation. A 2021 study from the University of Lincoln, published in the journal Animals, examined the relationship between feline-human interactions and observable signs of feline emotional state. One of the findings was that cats engaging in low-pressure tactile communication with their owners, including soft biting, gentle nipping, and tooth touch behaviors, showed significantly lower stress markers than cats whose communication attempts were absent or escalated. The soft bite was not a sign of conflict. It was a sign of a regulated, communicative relationship. Cats that bit softly were cats that felt safe enough to bite softly. A separate study by feline behaviorist Tony Buffington at Ohio State University documented that cats with no soft communication behaviors toward their humans were significantly more likely to escalate to scratching, hissing, or hiding when overwhelmed. The cats that used soft bites were the cats with the most stable emotional regulation in their relationships. The bite, in other words, is part of how a healthy cat-human relationship operates. The absence of the bite is the warning sign, not the presence of it. There is one more layer to this, and it is the one that most directly changes how you should respond. When your cat soft bites you and you respond by pulling away, freezing, or making a sharp noise, you are giving them exactly the social feedback they were calibrated for as a kitten. You are confirming that their pressure level was appropriate for the situation, and that you received the message. The cat learns, "This much pressure ends the interaction. Now I know." Over time, a cat that has been soft biting an attentive owner develops an extremely refined understanding of the precise threshold their human is willing to accept. They will modulate their bite to stay just at that threshold or just below it. The result is one of the quiet miracles of long-term human-cat relationships. A cat who can communicate volumes through the slightest pressure of teeth on skin, because they know exactly how you will respond. This is what your cat is doing when they bite you and stop. They are testing the dial. They are checking to see what level of pressure produces what level of response. And every time you react clearly, they refine their internal model of you. You are not being attacked. You are being studied by an animal whose whole evolutionary inheritance is the careful study of the creatures it lives with. So, what do you do with this? The first thing is to stop punishing soft bites. They are not a problem to be solved. They are a vocabulary to be received. When your cat soft bites you, the appropriate response is to do exactly what the bite was asking for. If they were biting during petting, stop petting. If they were biting during play, pause briefly. The cat is not testing your authority. They are testing your responsiveness. And rewarding their communication with the response it was calibrated to produce keeps the system working. The second thing is to start watching for the pre-bite signals. Cats almost always communicate their boundary in softer ways before resorting to teeth. The tail twitches, the ears rotate slightly, the skin ripples, the body tenses. If you respond at any of these earlier stages, the bite never has to happen. The bite is the second to last word in a sentence. Your cat has been speaking for the last 30 seconds. The third thing is the most important. Recognize every time it happens that the soft bite is your cat's way of trusting you with a message. Receive it that way. The relationship is not failing in that moment. It is succeeding. The deeper truth is this. Your cat has been calibrating themselves to you in real time since the day they came to live with you. The soft bite is not a mystery or a quirk or a behavior to fix. It is the visible edge of a sophisticated communication system that has been quietly building accuracy for as long as you've known each other. Now you can see it. And once you do, you will receive that bite differently for the rest of your life. If this changed the way you see your cat, share it with one person whose cat does this and they have always thought it was rude. Subscribe to Cute Pet Family. Every week we decode the signals your pet has been sending since the day they came home. They've been speaking. It is time you finally learned to listen.